I'm taking care of the broker of Aldar. So, like it's been 5 years, I'm working for Aldar Property. So I've seen where Aldar used to be and now where we are. I'll quickly basically brief you about a few topics. Now, this training session is not more about the project in details. Um, I'll be basically, showcasing one or two projects which we need to focus on. But most important thing, first of all, you need to understand as a developer, like what Aldar is all about. Now
Sachin, sorry,
we
I'm interrupting you. Can you please
yeah,
turn on your video because I don't think we can see you. It will be
because the issue is I'm at the hospital. I was on leave, so I'm
okay.
intentionally not switching on my video, but I'll see you in person when I'm there.
All right, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. We Aldar as an organization is a semi-government company of Abu Dhabi. So majority of the shares are being held by the government, and they are the one who basically initiates in terms of decision making, which area to be developed, what are the products which we need to be launched over a period of time. So as a company, we started in 2005. Most of the people, why they don't know much about Aldar is, I mean, like if you know about UAE, everyone knows Damak, Azizi, Embark, Shoba, Danube. The concept initially when we launched this real estate division of the government, it was only meant to be, we'll be launching project only for the UAE locals and not for the expats. It was in 2019 when the government basically decided to have an additional source of revenue. So we made all our properties as freehold in 2019. And then we opened an office in Dubai and started engaging with international partners as well as Dubai channel partners. Now, the objective in 2019 was to start promoting Abu Dhabi as a tourist destination. Now, what the government has basically realized is that UAE is one of the rarest country where people don't invest in capital, when people don't have much information about Abu Dhabi. I'm like, if you talk to any tourist about Abu Dhabi, they say, Ferrari world. So it starts from Ferrari world, end with Grand Mosque, that's it. So 2019, we said, okay, we had a meeting with the Ministry of Tourism. We started promoting Abu Dhabi, and it's been almost 4 years. Now, in terms of numbers, with our Dubai office, first year we closed about 100 million dirhams. Second, which was in 2019, when people started knowing about Aldar. 2020, we closed about 500 million. 2021, we closed 1 billion. 2022, we closed about 2.2 billion. This year, we're sitting at 5.5 billion from Dubai office only. Forget about Abu Dhabi, because in Abu Dhabi we know it's in order to survive you need to sell Aldar. Now this is all about Aldar Properties, yes, and we are basically globally present. I'm like, it's not that we only have assets in Abu Dhabi. We have assets in Russell Khema. We are coming to Dubai as well, and the major difference, if you see between Dubai and Abu Dhabi, though I don't want to compare Dubai, but in Abu Dhabi, it is only Aldar. So you go to Yas Island, you see all projects, whether it is Ferrari World, Warner Brothers, Yas Mall, F1 Marina Circuit, Do Arenas, everything is being done by Aldar. So we are the master developers. Though around 2007 and 8, we basically sold pieces of land to Reportage, to Bloom, to Jubail Island, to Q Properties, but they have very limited project. Majority of the construction in Abu Dhabi belongs to Aldar. I mean, like 80% of the land which the government has given to us as a freehold property is with Aldar. So we decide, should we send it to the private developer to construct, or we basically construct, ourselves. So this is all about basically Abu Dhabi. Dubai and Abu Dhabi comparison, if you talk about, now most of the people who've been selling UAE properties, they know that there are 7 Emirates in UAE. But most of the people, they don't know that 85% of this country land belongs to Abu Dhabi. This is how Abu Dhabi big is. So number one, Abu Dhabi will always be the capital, irrespective whatever happens. Now, why people have started investing in Abu Dhabi is that, Abu Dhabi is not based on tourism like Dubai. So Dubai, if a COVID situation comes in where there are no tourists, the economy comes down. Abu Dhabi has oil reserves. So Abu Dhabi is a more stable economy, and it's just like, bonds. Dubai is just like Sensex. Though again, there is no point comparing Dubai. Dubai has its own charm. Abu Dhabi is pure investment propositions. So we don't even basically look for end users who's living in Dubai, wants to go to Abu Dhabi. We only look for investors who basically, looking for good returns on investment when it comes to Abu Dhabi. Now, this is our DPG link, which is called saleskiosk.aldar.com. Each one of you can basically use this link from your mobile, tablet, or laptop, and all these projects which you see. So if you see, this is Yas Island. Initially, if you've been seen in the last 2 years, in collaboration with the Ministry of Economy, with the Miral Group, instead of promoting Abu Dhabi or Aldar, we started promoting Yas Island. And most of the people across globe now, they know what's there in Yas Island. So we actually, I came to Mumbai 2 years ago. We tied up with IFA Awards. So probably IFA was hosted in Yas Island this year as well as last year. Consecutive for a period of 2 years, IFA was hosted. Then probably, loads and loads of concerts are happening in Yas Island. We have F1 races, which happens in Yas Island every year. Then you have UFC, which is Ultimate Fighting Championship, which happens every year. Then there are golf championships, which are happening in Yas Island. So we are promoting a lot. I mean, like Ranveer Singh is currently promoting Yas Island. Salman Khan is currently promoting Yas Island. Then, whomsoever Bollywood star comes in, probably we'll try to basically, engage them to promote Yas Island. And we have set up an office now wherever there is a VFS Global. Now, VFS Global is basically a visa service provider based across globe. So they have an offices in India also. I mean, like if you wanted to go abroad, obviously you consult with VFS Global. So wherever VFS Global will be, Aldar will be present there. Even the Yas Island team will be present there to start promoting about Yas Island. Now, let's basically start Yas Island. I'll just click on one of the projects. Now, let me basically remove these clouds. Okay. Now, this is how Yas Island looks like. Now, when I say malls, golf courses, beaches, canals, amusement parks, water parks, Etihad arenas, everything is available in Dubai also. But all of them are scattered. I mean, like if someone from the within the team whom I'm basically, giving this information, if you visited Dubai, like for example, Dubai Mall is on the left hand side. If you're exactly at the center, for example, Al Manara, Mall of Emirates on the right hand side, the beach is about 20-25 minutes. Then the amusement parks is about 30-35 minutes. Here we are talking about in a 25-kilometer radius, all the facilities and the options are available. Now consider yourself basically as an investor. Now, why people are investing, especially Indians, if you talk about, now Indians are the second top most nationality who's investing in Abu Dhabi. From January till date, we have closed about 825 million people living in India who is buying in Abu Dhabi. So why are they investing is, number one is, if you are an investor, the first, important thing, what should matter for you is the developer. Now, we are a semi-government company where majority of the shares are being held by the government. And since 2005 till date, 18 years, we have never delayed a single project, because you randomly or probably talk to anyone, everyone knows that the money is there in Abu Dhabi. And being a government company, obviously there are no delays which we can basically expect or deliver. So number one, the developer is trusted, right? So if you're investing with a government company of Abu Dhabi, so probably the trust factor is there. Number two is return on investments. Now, the average return on investments in Abu Dhabi starts from about 7.4%, goes up to 10%, depending upon the project. Why the return on investments are very, very high? There are a couple of reasons. First of all, because we are the only developer there, we control the market, we control the demand and supply. So, for example, if the demand is, for example, is about 1,000 units, we only release 100 units, so that the hype is always created. So if you study, once I'm done, in Google for the last 3 years, whatever we launch, we sell at the launch day. So there are hardly any inventory which is left. But whenever we are doing an international events with a channel partner, for example, like you, we always keep the inventory on hold, which is only available during that particular event. So even if there is a Dubai broker who's looking for a studio or a one bedroom in a particular project, he'll not get from Dubai and Abu Dhabi office, but yes, at the launch, the customer can basically get it. And the demand and supply is fully controlled by Aldar. Now, if you see here, now, when I say the rental yields are very, very high, number one is demand and supply. How do we do that? Now, for example, there are 8,500 people who are already working in Yas Island. the total number of units available on rent is only 1424. So even for the people who are working, now in UAE generally people have a concept to live close to the workplace, but just because the number of units are very less, this is how we basically increase the rentals. Now we have our own property management company called Provis. 88% of our investors who invest with Abu Dhabi, they sign a contract with the property management, because we are the one who can take care of their properties in terms of finding a tenant, renting it out, and if the tenant is moving out, then probably finding a new tenant, and we charge the same what the other brokers are charging. So we have our own property management company where we basically ensure that the rental yield does not drop less than 7.5%. So people are there, number of units are left, the rental goes up. Second thing is in Abu Dhabi, which is not there in other Emirates, that in Abu Dhabi there's a law that every individual who's working in Abu Dhabi gets a housing allowance which is over and above your salary. Now, if I'm an individual, I get an housing allowance of 10,000 per month, which is 120,000 per year. So if I take a apartment on rent for 80,000, the remaining 40,000 will not be paid back to me. So what I do is I spend the entire 120,000 because it's not hitting my pocket. So people actually pay higher rents because of this housing, law concept which is there in Abu Dhabi. So the return investments is very high. Third thing is location. Now, if you've been to Dubai, now randomly, let's basically choose an area called JVC. If you go to JVC, which is an area in Dubai, you will find 30 developers constructing left, right, and center. Now in Abu Dhabi, because we are the master developer, we don't even construct our own competition. If we do, it will be on a very higher price. Now, for example, if someone wants to live exactly at the beach, there's only one project available. If someone wants to live exactly at the golf course, there's only one project available. If someone wants to live exactly at the canal, there's only one project available. So your project will always be unique when it comes to investing with Aldar properties. And there's no other developer coming up constructing left, right, and center. So once we basically sell out, that's the reason the secondary market in Abu Dhabi behaves in a very different manner, because there are no units available. Once, for example, Yas Golf Collection is sold out, what is there? The secondary market, the people started getting premiums on their properties, because there will be no golf course community ever coming in Yas Island post Yas Golf Collection. Now, whenever you basically use this link, so how do we basically interact with these international customers? We tell them, sir, for example, this is a project. If you want, and these are the customers who are based in India who are investing for higher return investment. So for me, number one is it doesn't make any difference whether I'm buying a property in US, Canada, Europe, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. For me, what matters is I put a crore of rupees. How much return on investment am I getting? Am I putting the money with the right developer? Yes. Am I getting the higher return on investment? Yes. Who will manage my property? Aldar will do it. Tomorrow, if I wanted to sell my property, Aldar will basically manage it. So probably end-to-end solutions can be provided by Aldar. Now, when you talk about ADCB, FAB, ADIB, these are the government banks which are there in Abu Dhabi. All banks are sister concerned company of ours, so probably we have already done a tie-up with these people. Even someone is looking for a mortgage also, they just need to tell us 6 months before the handover date. We'll arrange the mortgage, get the disbursal done. Now, for example, if there is a customer, now, if you are an investor, do you believe that if your property is close to a tourist destination, you have a better chance of appreciation? This is how an investor basically thinks. Now, for example, if this is the property, if I need to go to the second biggest mall in UAE, it's like 5 minutes. If I need to go to the water park, 3 minutes drive. If I need to go to Warner Brothers, 2 minutes drive. If I need to go to Ferrari World, 4 minutes drive. If I need to go to a beach with my family, 6 minutes. Maximum distance is Abu Dhabi airport, which is 12 minutes. Consider yourself as a tourist. Now, if you are a tourist, you're visiting Yas Island. Now, probably you wanted to basically stay at a place which is very close to all these tourist destinations, so that you don't spend time on roads. You don't spend money on the taxis and the cabs, because by default, the cabs are very expensive here, and everything is very close by. From the airport, I can reach to this hotel, this unit which someone wants to give on a short-term rentals or a long-term lease in like 12 minutes drive. And then with my friends and families for a 2 nights, 3 days, I can stay in Yas Island and enjoy all these amenities. Now there's a Sea World, which is the biggest aqua adventure theme park across globe. There is one in Orlando. The second one is here. This is also like 5 minutes here. So everything is 4 to 5 minutes. In Dubai, roughly about 25, 30 minutes from one place to another. Here, everything is like 5 minutes. Then you can actually go inside to the project. Now, in this project, we only have 2 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms plus maids, which is available. Then I'll show you some other project where we have about like studios, 1 and 2 bedrooms available. Now, we've been doing events in India. Now, this is the first event with Remax, which we are doing in Delhi. But otherwise, I am doing the event from the last 6 months in India. Every month, we do 2 events. What we have seen is people don't buy studios and 1 bedroom. Everyone wants a 2 bedroom or a 2 bedroom plus maids. Now, if there is a customer who has a budget of about like 4 crore rupees or ranging from about 6 crore rupees, people generally prefer to go for a 2 bedroom. That I can convince you why. Now, I'll give you a hypothetical example. Now, an investor who's based in India, he wants the higher return investment. Now, you get higher return investment if you go for a short-term rental concept because there are a lot of tourists coming. People, I mean, like, I'm sure within the team whom I'm basically giving this information, if I ask randomly, how many tourists do you think visits Yas Island? I mean, like 100,000, 200,000, 5 lakh people, 6 lakh people every year. The average, if you talk about year on year, it's about 18 million. It's like 2 crore people visit Yas Island every year, which we're gonna increase to 4.5 crores in the next 2 years because so many destinations are coming up. So just imagine a place of 25 kilometers where crores and crores of people from India or globally visits Yas Island. So if I have a property here and I can actually go for a short-term rental concept, then I'll definitely prefer to go for a 2 bedroom. Now, why a 2 bedroom is, gives you a higher return on investment in Yas Island compared to a studio. Now, if I'm a bachelor, right, if I wanted to go on a vacation, where will I go from India? I'll prefer Asian countries like Thailand and this and that. But if I have a family, friends, where do I go? I go to UAE. Now, UAE is a family-oriented country where people generally don't come for honeymoons. Someone need a couple also, they prefer European countries these days. If I'm a bachelor, I'll prefer to go to Bangkok, Thailand, or any Asian countries. But friends and families always with the UAE. You can take this data from any tourism companies. It's always a group of 4 to 5 people, 2 brothers or 2 friends, wives, children. If there are 5, 6 people who are coming and visiting UAE, I'll not be able to accommodate my entire family in a studio or a 1 bedroom. I need a 2 bedroom apartment. So that is why a 2 bedroom apartment gives you a higher rental yield compared to a studio and 1 bedroom. So then in this project, if you talk about this, just a second. So this has a golf course as a sea view. So this is the only project in Yas Island which gives you a golf course and a sea view apartment. Opposite side, this is exactly on the main road in Yas Island. And this side is the water park. So Yas Water World is one of the biggest water parks. It's just opposite on the main road. Now, if we are sitting in front of a client and the client says, okay, do you have any 2 bedrooms available? So we check our inventory. If the inventory says in Tower A, unit number 602 is available, we can go on the 6th floor. Then you can zoom it. This is how 602. Click on 602. It tells you the exact area of a unit, basically in square meters. Now in UAE, there is no super area or a carpet area. Whatever you see is a livable area, which is inside the unit. 167.47 square meter is roughly 1800 square feet for a 2 bedroom apartment. The sizes are very, very decent. I mean, like people who are living in Mumbai, they understand the 1800 square feet, a 2 bedroom is how big is it. And then you click on enter to via. You can actually go to a unit, what you select, and you can actually see. Now this comes with the maid rooms as well. This is how the maid rooms looks like. Maid's room has a maid's washroom as well. This is how the maid's washroom is. Then we go to the living area. This is the living area. The first thing what a client wants is a view. So first balcony gives you the full golf course and a sea view. Then there is a second balcony also, which gives you a partial golf course and a sea view. Then you can actually go to the master bedroom. This is how the master bedroom looks like. Now, for a Remax event, if a customer buys on 14th or 15th is the event, or 13th, 14th or 15th. So if the customer buys on 14th or 15th, we'll give them the fully furnished unit. Now, when you say fully furnished unit, whatever you see, you get it. The paintings, the televisions, the tables, couch, dining table, everything. I mean, like, even if you see the kitchen also, kitchen will be also fully equipped. The dishwashers, the stoves, the coffee machines, the refrigerator, everything will be available. All rooms, if you talk about the first bedroom, the television will be there as well. The carpets, the cushions, whatever you see, you will get it. So fully furnished apartment. Even in the master bedroom also. So this is how so simultaneously, depending upon the availability, we'll check whatever is available. We can go inside. So for 14 and 15, it will be a fully furnished apartment what we're going to offer. And I will try to basically, I'm just still talking to the management if we can get something in terms of any discounts or any offers. Just a second, I'll just check my email if I've got anyone. Q2. Otherwise, that I'll bring something on the table so that people actually are interested to close on the spot. Now, so far, in the last 6 months, whatever events which have done, we have never came with a zero event. Every time we have closed some or the other thing. Okay, so now in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, in Dubai, there is a DLD charge registration. It is always 4% in Dubai. Now in Abu Dhabi, by default, the registration charges are always 2%. So I'll try to get a waiver also so that the customer doesn't even pay the registration charges for this project, which is called Yas Golf Collection. Now let me show some other project. Let me see if Gardenia link is available.
Sachin, can you come with the what is the approx costing that unit we are checking out?
Okay, now so two bedroom starts. Two bedroom, we have a 1250 square feet apartment, which starts for about 2 million dirhams, which comes with a 40/60 payment plan where customer pays 40% during 2026 and 60% will be at the time of handover. Now, for a 2 bedroom plus maids, which is 1800 square feet, the price is 3 million dirhams. Now, in Abu Dhabi, you can sell your properties after 22% of the down payment amount. So you pay 20% plus 2% registration charges, then probably you will be able to sell the properties. Most of the investors in the last 3 years, what we have noticed is who was experiencing Abu Dhabi for the first time, they book profits and they exit. But now, since 2023, all the events we've seen, people are not booking profits because now they've realized that if I buy a golf course community, tomorrow I book a premium or a profit after 6 months, 8 months and exit, what will I buy then? Because there will be no golf course community which will be coming in Yas Island. So people are trying to, retain their property and not to sell it. Now, the second project, if you see, is called Gardenia. This is how the project looks like. This is just opposite SeaWorld. So there's a tourist destination which is like 2 minutes from your residence. It has its own beach and exactly at the canal. So we have studios here. We have 1 bedrooms here. We have 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms. Studios, I'll try to get few studios for you. The price will be about like 850,000 dirhams. And one bedroom will be about 1.4 million dirhams. Two bedroom will be roughly about 2 million dirhams. Now this project, because we just launched this, it's an unfurnished one, but the kitchen will be furnished. I mean, like equipped with the white goods. Let me basically show you how it looks like. Let's explore one tower. Okay, me see if there is any studios here. No, there are no studios. So I'll just click on everything. Let's go to the 8th floor. Okay. So for example, 809 is a studio. Studio is roughly about 46.98 square meter, which is close to 500 square feet. And then we have one bedroom, 75.13. One bedroom will be roughly about 800 square feet. Price 1.4 million dirhams. Studio about 850,000. So if you click on a studio, the explore plan. So this is how the studio looks like. So this is the entry from here. At the entrance on the left hand side is the open kitchen. Then on the right hand side is the washroom. Then you have a wardrobe area. Then you have the living and the bedroom area, and then you have a balcony as well. So we have balconies basically in studios as well as 1, 2, 3 bedrooms apartments. Now, if I minimize here, so generally one bedroom roughly area will be 75.13 square meter. You can say 800 square feet. When it comes to a 2 bedroom, is about 108, which is the smallest one, which ranges for about 1.3 million dirhams, roughly about 1150 square feet. Then you have the bigger one also, which is about like 1200 square feet. Then you have 3 bedrooms plus maid, which is close to 2000 square feet. And this is also 2 bedrooms plus maid, which is about like 1600 square feet. So depending upon what exactly the client is looking for, we have different sizes in the buildings. Now, when we launched this project 2 weeks ago, most of the buildings we have sold it out, but I'll try to bring a complete floor in a new building. So all the highlighted one are being sold out. We still have few units left in these buildings. I'll try to get a new building and a new floor for you. I'll get the inventory on Monday and Tuesday, which I will disclose. Once I'm there, a day before the launch or probably the event, I'll try to share the prices. So we just need to focus on 2 projects. One is Gardenia and the second one is your Yas Golf Collection. Service charges ranges from about like 13 dirhams, goes up to 16 dirhams per square feet. We have no offers for Gardenia because we just launched it, but for Yas Golf Collection, I'll try to bring the ADM waiver for you, plus a fully furnished units there. Now this project, all the projects if you talk about come with all the amenities which are like very standard these days in UAE, whether it is a swimming pool or a gymnasium or a jogging tracks. So this project, if you talk about Gardenia specific, on the center there is a beach club here. Then you have the artificial beach here, and then on this entire shopping complex which is there. Now in Yas Golf Collection, we don't have a shopping complex, but we have a small complex which is about like 12 outlets, which has the basic groceries, dry cleaning shops, because the Yas Mall is about like 3 minutes from there. So even from Gardenia also, if I go to Yas Island, if I need to go to the Sea World, again 2 minutes. Yas Mall, 4 minutes. If I need to go to a beach, 9 minutes. Water World, 6 minutes. Abu Dhabi Airport, again 11 minutes. So irrespective, wherever you buy in Yas Island, all these amenities will be like 5 to 6 minutes from your place. Any questions?
Hello. Yeah, where is the Gardenia Bay in this map? Can you
Here,
please?
can you see this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the
So-
Gardenia Bay. And where is
Correct.
the Golf View collection?
Yas Golf Collection is this side. This green area.
Ansam.
Yeah, Ansam, next to Ansam. Now
Next to Ansam.
I'll take you back to this. Okay.
This is
Yeah, this is.
so. This is the western facing. Western facing. Yes. West facing. This.
Which one? This one?
Yeah. Or
Facing
no.
means, see, every apartment has its own this I mean, like, to be honest, this face you're talking about specifically in Vastu compliance things.
No. No. Just normally. Sometimes this silly questions get asked.
Okay. So it's like west of the Yas Island, but it's not exactly the west. So in the Yas Island, yes, it's on the west side.
Okay.
See, most of the people these days who's visiting these events, they have visited Yas Island, so they know that they've been to Ferrari World or they've been to any of these amusement parks. Now, if you randomly talk to any person who have visited Yas Island, that why didn't you stay in Yas Island? Because the 2 night, 3 days destination. The only one answer, that there was no availability of the hotel. There are only 5 hotels there, which are always booked throughout the season time. So if I own an apartment which I can give on a short-term rental, I can easily find a tourist which is coming in the next, I mean, like 6, 7 months. Now, that tourist also we can arrange for you. Now, we have a office set up in Mumbai these days, and we are interacting with all the tours and travels to include Warner Brothers, Ferrari World in the packages for tourists who are coming to UAE for 6 nights and 7 days. So by default, we are pushing people to come to Yas Island and stay and enjoy. Soon doing a trial where if someone wants to go for a short-term rental, now when I say 15-16% return, this is only during the season time, starting from October end till about like March. We assume that when there are summers, there are no tourists coming in UAE. So probably if your apartment is vacant also for a short-term rental, still you make about 15% annual return. And that 6 months is a bonus period. We're not even calculating. Now, if you see the trend in 2023 and 2024, or sorry, 2022 and 2023, during off-season time, we have about like 60% of the people who are coming. Because if there are about like 100% of 100 people who are coming to Yas Island, 60% of the people are coming during off-season time. The trend has changed in the last 2 years because the ticket cost is less, the hotel accommodation cost is less, so people are actually finding a cheaper option to come to UAE. And in India, especially, if you talk about, I think the summer vacation starts sometime in the month of May or June, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Though it's an off season for UAE, but people mostly during their summer vacation, when the children are on leave, schools are not working, they prefer to go. So still we are not counting that. We're just assuming that people will only come between October to March. So you can still get about like 14 to 15% rental yields.
What is an approximate rental for a 1 BHK apartment, Sachin?
So studios currently is renting for about like 60,000 for an unfurnished and 80,000. 1 bedroom rent is going for about like 120,000 dirhams. 2 bedroom rent is roughly going for about like 160, 170,000 dirhams. The rentals are actually crazy in Abu Dhabi. It's very, very high.
All right,
It
guys,
is
any
all
questions?
about demand and supply.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. See, once the customers, now that's the reason I'm telling you, the Indian who customers, I have told to, Gaurav also, I don't want 100, 200 people to come on a single day. Bring 30 people, 35 people who are qualified, or 40 people. Believe me, it's not easy to sell Abu Dhabi, and simultaneously not difficult as well. But I need at least 40, 45 minutes with the client to convince him, sell Abu Dhabi. Now, believe not Dubai. Dubai have already sold sales. No need to sell the Dubai. Here, we need to basically tell the benefits about Abu Dhabi first. You need to sell Abu Dhabi first, then you need to sell Yas Island first, and then it comes to Aldar properties. So if you get about half an hour, 40 minutes of time with with a client, I'll be able to convince him why he should be investing in Abu Dhabi and not in Dubai.
Do you have any comparative study about these areas? Like, as per the numbers are concerned, as per the prices are concerned, anything which, gives an easy kind of data to everyone just for a comparison? Because when people speak, no, they speak more about Dubai. They are more inclined towards Dubai than Abu
Correct.
Dhabi.
See, we basically all these events through a channel partner, we just tell these clients, let's explore investment opportunities in Abu Dhabi and bring the client to the event. Once the client enters the event, then leave it up to us, because we don't have any comparative analysis. I mean, like, everything is available these days in Google's Property Finder, Bayur, and being a government company, even if you visit Aldar website also, all this information what I've shared, you'll find it.
Okay.
Even the occupancy percentage in Yas Island is close to about 94% now. So if any of the projects in Yas Island you see of Aldar, 94% is already occupied.
Sachin Shivshankar from Hyderabad.
Yeah.
I have two questions. One
Yes,
is
please.
there is only one developer, Aldar. Okay, so
See, yeah.
as compared to Dubai, so there are, you said, in JVC there are 30 builders who are constructing left and right.
Right.
If there is a competition, definitely we can expect, a price hike. So being only one developer, so how the user can expect the demand for his property?
I
And it's
didn't
being
get you. Can
controlled
you just...
completely. Demand and supply is being controlled by one partner, Aldar.
Yeah. So see, in this case, if you talk about the demand and supply, though it is always beneficial for an investor if there is no competition, because when there is competition, generally what happens is, if there is a new developer who's launching next to your project, your demand in existing project comes down, because everyone wants to buy a new project with the new technology and the new infrastructure. Now, when there is no competition in Yas Island, if it is only Aldar, now tomorrow, suppose we sell the entire project Yas Golf Collection, we have about like 40 units left out of those 1,000 what we basically initially launched. Once these 40 units are sold out, if someone wants to live exactly the golf course facing the sea, what is the option available? Yas Golf Collection. Now, in Yas Golf Collection, if you go, people started asking for the premium amount, because there is nothing which is coming up in future. Right? Whatever is being offered is actually a market in Yas Island. It's not a buyer's market. There's always a seller's market, just because the number of projects are very, very less. Now, when you say the demand and supply also, now when I say, for example, Yas Golf Collection has about 1,000 odd units, Gardenia has about 2,000 odd units. When these 3,000 units will be handed over in 2026 and 7, obviously when you say currently it's only 1,400 units available, but then it will be 4,000 units available. So the demand is constant because there are only 8,500 people working. The rentals will come down. It never happened in Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, we are not only concerned about making a project, we develop the entire community. So currently, if there are 8,500 people working in Abu Dhabi, if you see this area, this entire area is a corporate hub now. We have given places, spaces to offices. There are 9,200 people who are moving to Yas Island in the month of December and January. So we always take a step forward. Before 2026, when we release these 1,000 units, hand over these units, we'll be having 17,000 people working in Yas Island. Just because we are the government, we can actually force people. So there's a company called 2454, which is again the government company, one of the biggest media company. They have about like 6,000 people who are moving to Yas Island. Then Ministry of Tourism, we have asked them to set up an office in Yas Island. So we basically push people to come work from Yas. So even for those 70,000 people who will be moving in the next few months, 40 units available, the rental goes up. By 2026, when additional 2,500 are handed over, still For 18,000 people, 4,200 units will be available in 2026 and 2027.
Okay.
So for an investor, for me, it's always good to invest in an area where there's no competition coming up. My secondary prices are going up. I mean, like you randomly check in Google, we as a developer increase the price of units every 3 to 4 months by 5%. We are increasing our property prices by 15 to 20%. We can do that because there's no competition. If there was competition, if there was 10 other developers, we cannot do that. So for example, if someone is from Delhi here, and in Delhi, just put a hypothetical example, that Omax is only there. So if someone wants to buy in Delhi, there's only Omax. There is no one else. So if Omax says, oh, this property is worth 2 crores, after 4 months, you say, now it is for 2.5 crores. Take it or leave it. You have no other option. Either you search for the secondary market, where someone who's bought for 2 crores, who is willing to sell for 2.25 crores, again cheaper than what the developer is asking. But again, someone who bought for 2 crores, he's selling for 2.25 crores, he's still making money. The same thing happens in Abu Dhabi also. You never lose money. The secondary market, you might get cheaper unit from the developer, but that person would have already made a profit.
Any particular reason why no other developer is initiating the projects? Is it because of the government laws?
No, there's no government laws. Initially, 2006 and 7, we started selling piece of land. See, we have about 120 million square meter of land available. And being only the standalone developer, it might take us 15, 20 years to basically construct. Now, when in 2006 and 7, we started selling pieces of land to other developers. That's the reason you see Reportage is there. You have Jubail Island is there. You have Q Properties is there. You have Rehman Living is there. What was happening is, always a developer, gives you a post handover date, 3 years, 4 years. Now, most of these developers, they never even, started the construction. And after 4 years, when the client was expecting a handover, there was nothing ready. Now, the clients who invest, they never mention the developer's name. What they were started selling in 2011, don't invest in Abu Dhabi, you will lose money. Hello? Yeah. So what was happening is people actually started saying that, don't invest in Abu Dhabi, you will lose their money. So the government initially decided that, the Abu Dhabi's name is getting spoiled through these private developers. So let's stop selling lands to private developers. Let Aldar construct in their own sweet time, whether it takes 10, 15, 20 years to do that. But now, if you see, even in Yas Island also, there are hardly any piece of land available. We'll be launching 2 more projects in the next 6 months. Then Yas Island is over. And Yas Island will be the entertainment island for the next 15, 20 years because of so many amenities available close to these residential complexes.
And I have a second question.
Yeah.
You said that every person in UAE is encouraged with the HRA, right? So they have to use 100%, otherwise they need to forego that amount, right?
Only in Abu Dhabi, not in UAE.
Oh, sorry, Abu Dhabi, sorry.
Yeah.
This amount, will it not encourage them to purchase the property instead of going for a rent?
Purchasing a property in Abu Dhabi, and now if I purchase the property, I will not get the housing allowance, because housing allowance is only given to me if I buy, taking a property on rent. So if I purchase a property, I will not get this rental. So even if I purchase a property also, I give that property on rent, but I stay on a rented accommodation. See, in UAE generally, especially in Abu Dhabi, the laws are very, very, it's friendly also, irrespective. On the other hand, it's like, little confusing also. You'll see a lot of people who own a property, but they don't stay there. Because if I stay there, I will not get the housing allowance. So in order to get the housing allowance, I need to have a rented apartment. So I buy a property, give that property on rent, so that, I'm getting a rental income from my property, plus I'm staying on a rental accommodation as well. So even if I'm working on a with an Abu Dhabi company, I have 2 properties here. Now both the properties are rented out, though there is one of a property which is like exactly in the downtown where I wish to stay, but I cannot stay. I'll stop getting that housing allowance. So why should I miss? So I'm staying next to my unit on a rented apartment, but not in my unit. So I'm getting a rental income, plus I'm getting an extra allowances from my company.
Got it. Thank you.
Team, we just need to basically interact with our existing clients and tell them, let's explore investment opportunities Abu Dhabi, bring the client to the event. And rest I will manage. Any further questions?
Is there any buyback option from the company side? For the
Buyback offer, like see, we starting a new division that will be sometime in the month of February and March 2024, where if someone wants to basically sell their property and they bought it from Aldar, irrespective direct or through a channel partner, we'll be able to sell their property.
That means
So
not
we'll be,
guaranteed. That means not guaranteed buyback, but it's optional.
in
May or
UAE
may
there is
not.
no buyback. In generally in UAE there is no buyback option which comes in.
Right.
But as a developer, we can basically find ways to basically get a premium for your property and sell it off. Now, for example, 6 months ago, in the month of like January or February, it was February, when I closed a deal with one of the Mumbai channel partners. The studio used to be 720,000. Now we have increased the studio price for about 850. I called him last week that I have a buyer, if he wanted to sell at 810 or 820, though he disagreed. But again, I mean, like, I can assist. All the sales team in Aldar can assist. Because once you buy a property, every like 6 months, you're getting a 10% appreciation. And even because Aldar generally keeps on increasing prices, and we keep on getting calls from so many clients who say, oh, 850,000 is too much. But can you basically find a buyer? Yeah. Can you find a seller who's selling for about 810 or 820? So we start interacting with the clients who bought for about 720 or 750. They wanted to book a profit in 6 months and exit.
Any other question?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, Mohit.
Yeah. What will be the visa status over there? Suppose if somebody buys a flat over there,
Yeah.
what will be the visa status? Can he really get a permanent or timely visa or something? Suppose I invest nearly for 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
So I
On
can
a
come
2 million dirhams, you get a golden visa for 10 years.
and that will be renewed after, if I continue that I don't sell that apartment, and that visa will be renewed.
Till the time you own the property, you can renew it.
Okay.
There are a lot of people who basically comes and ask for a golden visa or a resident visa. We convert these people and tell them not to basically link your property with a investor visa. I mean, like with a basically golden visa concept.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it's very easy to convince. See, if you have a client now, if you are a client and you say, oh, I want a visa linked to my property, I'm looking for a golden visa concept. I said, so why? Now, generally, if you have the money to spend 4 crore rupees, can you spend 4 crore and 4 lakhs? It only takes 4 lakh rupees to get the residence visa of 2 years in UAE.
Okay.
But if I linked my property to my visa, so tomorrow if I'm getting a buyer, I wanted to sell my property, I can't sell. I need to come to UAE, cancel my residence visa, and then I can sell my property, which takes about 3 weeks of time. These days, the buyers, they don't wait for about 3 weeks. So why should I link my residence visa with my property?
Right. So suppose somebody gets a golden visa,
Yeah.
can he work in Dubai also if he wants to have a job over there?
You get a golden visa for UAE. You can work wherever you want. Ras Al Khaimah, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman.
Okay.
Irrespective, yeah.
Right. Yeah, thank you.
I would one question.
Yeah.
So Who are the buyers? Like who already visit UAE, who already worked in Gulf, yeah, who already have overseas properties. Who are the buyer? What's the survey on that?
So in Aldar, if you talk about our overall UAE, now these days the trend has changed in the last 3 years now. 72% buyers are international buyers, and 28% are the people who are living in UAE now. Now, all the international buyers, now, first of all, globally, people have seen, now, whenever there is, uncertainty or some discomfort in any of these countries, the first country what people prefer to park their money is UAE. Because UAE will be the safest country across globe, irrespective happen. Abu Dhabi is the safest city consecutive for a period of 6 years now. So, for example, if something went wrong in Russia, people started moving their money from Russia and started parking in UAE. A lot of money comes from India here, right? Now, in India, there are two channels. Number one is basically people who have a lot of money in terms of cash, which is called black money in India. And I don't want to risk keeping in India. So what I do, I need to park this money outside. UAE is always preferred globally for people to invest because there are no taxation here. Even if you talk about the rental yields, now in UK, the rental yield is close to about 2.8%. US, the rental yield is about 3.1%. Europe, randomly choose any country, is about 3.2, 3.3%. India, the rental yield is about 3%. The rental yields in UAE starts from 7.1%, goes to 10%. I am an investor. I want return on money. I want a capital appreciation, plus my property is safe. Now, why Indians are the second topmost nationality who's investing in Abu Dhabi is, now in India, if you own a property and you're giving on rent, it's so difficult to manage. I had 2 properties in India, which I sold it out because I was not getting the rentals. Every month there was an excuse. Oh, I lost my job. My mom is not well. Can I pay the rentals next month? In UAE, the law is very simple. Every customer needs to give 3 months rents in advance and remaining post-dated checks for all the quarters. So it is 3 months rents a customer gets in advance. If you want to vacate a premises, 60 days notice is mandatory to give to your landlord. Plus, you need to give a security deposit of 5,000 dirhams for all the paint job. So if someone wants to leave the unit which you have rented, he needs to get the painting job done, get all these fixtures replaced before leaving the units. It's a law here. There is no option, may or may not, doesn't exist here. So if I'm a landlord, I know I'm getting quarterly rents in advance, plus no one can bounce the check of the advance what they've given to me. Plus, if someone wants to leave the premises, they need to give me 60 days of time, which gives me enough time to find a new tenant. Why not? Once you have a unit here, I mean, like, believe me, once you people have decent money, try to invest in UAE and start comparing. India, no doubt it's good. Property appreciation depth, the rental yields are bad. On a 1 crore property, believe me, maximum you can get about like 20,000 rupees a month or 25,000 rupees a month or 25,000, yeah, which is like roughly about like 3 lakh rupees a year, which is again 3% return. Plus, the landlord rights are not protected in India. The tenants, they can actually manipulate as per their comfort. Where here, you can't do that.
But the capital appreciation is more in India. Property appreciation.
Yeah, inflation is also there, bro. Now, I'll give you an example. Now, number one, if I buy a property as an investor in UAE, I get a 7% minimum return on as a rental yields. Capital appreciation is less, but what is less is 5%. 7 plus 5 is 12%. The devaluation of my currency is minimum 10%. You can check last 10 years data, what I'm saying. 7 plus 5, 12 plus 10, 22% return on my investment I'm getting on a yearly basis. In 2011, the currency rate used to be 1 dirham is equal to 10 rupees. Now 1 dirham is equal to 22.5. Every year, minimum 10%. Currency is getting devalued. I'm getting 22% return, bro. So it's as simple as that. Yes, property appreciation will always be there in India. You can't compare that. But 7 plus 5 plus 10, 22%. This is what the realistic figures I'm giving you.
Also, there is no capital tax, gain taxes. Abu
There is
Dhabi
no
doesn't have any taxation.
There is no tax at all. I mean, like in India, believe me, when I was selling my property, they said you need to pay 20% tax on the appreciation. The word what you mentioned now. Now, for example, I bought a property for 20 lakh rupees. I was selling at 60 lakh rupees. So the remaining 40 lakhs, I was asked to pay a 20% tax, or you reinvest the amount again in India. So actually, to be honest, I can't take that money. I need to reinvest to save that 20%. These taxes doesn't exist in UAE. I bought a property for 2 crores. I can sell for 2.5 crores, reinvest or take this money. There's not a single tax which I need to pay to the government. This entire appreciation comes to my pocket.
What about bank finance?
Bank finance 50% for non-residents. And that too we'll arrange. The customer no need to interact with any financial institutes. And the prices, what generally we offer is like 0.5 basis point cheaper than the the current interest rates.
So as a Aldar, we are offering the loan, or we will associate with someone?
We have our own in-house team. You just need to basically tell us that I am looking for a mortgage. All these banks, if you talk about, they sit in Aldar on a daily basis. So we just check what is the best rate. We give them 2-3 options to our client that, okay, this bank is offering at this rate, this bank is offering at this rate. These are the components. The customer provides the documents, we initiate. And then whatever
What is the parameter for sanctioning the loan? Because customer is in India, and how we are going to process?
Okay, so for example, if it is a salaried individual, same thing, we need 3 months pay slip, we need a salary certificate, we need 6 months bank statement, then we need the CIBIL score. For self-employed, we need the ITR, CIBIL score. I mean, like same. There's nothing much. So what an Indian bank is what an Indian bank is asking, we ask the same.
Okay.
What is the range of interest charge for these finances?
Okay, now the interest is basically have increased in the last 1.5 years. It is currently 5.1%, which is again cheaper than India. But most of the time, I mean, like 2 years ago, it used to be 2.99%. Max, it goes to 3.99%. We are expecting the interest rates to come down in the next 6 months. It will be back to about 4.1, 4.2%.
So minimum investment required to get this 50% is like client have to pay in advance 20% or 30% to apply for the loan.
See, the customer, if he wants to basically apply, he needs to pay 50%.
50%.
So 50% of the
First
property
50%
value.
client, then he can apply for that.
Correct. And if you see our payment plan also, we have a 50-50 payment plan where if the project is ready, getting ready in 2027, so the customer has 3.5 years to pay that 50%. So you pay 5% now or 10% now to book the unit. Then every 6 months you keep on paying 10%. And at the time of handover, you just need to tell us that remaining 50% will arrange for the to the bank mortgage.
What about the international?
Hi Sachin, this is Anup from Delhi. So just asking the government policy, what are the stabilities of government policies over there? Because as Aldar is a government owned, so
stability means
the policy stabilities.
See, stabilizing the economy, if you talk about as an economy, what we basically doing is, now Abu Dhabi is more of a oil reserve economy based emirate. So where the economy is more stable because we have oil reserve. There is no other emirate in UAE who has the oil. It is only Abu Dhabi which has the oil. So number 2 is this. Number Number one. Number two is basically if you talk about the land parcels also, like Abu Dhabi, because we have 85% of the land available of this country. Now we don't sell lands to other Emirates. So we are holding the majority of the part. Third thing is stabilizing we most of the head offices across globe, if you talk about, are setting up offices in Abu Dhabi, being a capital. And then the regional offices are getting set up in the other Emirates. Tourism, we are increasing the tourism footfalls. It used to be about like million in 3 years ago. From million, we have increased to 18 million in 3 years of time by engaging with loads and loads of these celebrities shooting ads, and then probably the tourism is getting increased. Plus the population, if you talk about population, will always be stable. It will be between about 3.4 3.5 million people. uh, and the retention also is very there. Attrition is percentage is very, very less. So overall, if you talk about Yas Island, if someone had visited Yas Island 4 years ago, 5 years ago, there was only one tourist destination which was called Ferrari World. So then we incorporated with Warner Brothers, we incorporated with Sea World, and then we incorporated with a lot of institutes like IFA and others. So stabilizing the economy more based on the oil reserves, which will continue for the next 50, 100 years.
Like there will be any plans for an international event like Qatar host football like that? Any there is any plans going on like something like football
To be
event like
See, to
that?
be honest, if you study the market now, what happens in Qatar? I mean, like when they announced this World Cup thing, immediately the hotel occupancy percentage went up. A lot of projects were launched. Now, just study in Google what happened in Qatar. The occupancy in the hotels fell by about 52%. There are no one going to Qatar now. It was only that high, World Cup high. The property prices have fallen by about 27% now. We don't want to create an artificial hype by doing an event. We did a event called Expo. If you heard about Dubai Expo, which happened last year, right? And that was getting built up for the last 4 5 years. But what we did was that Dubai Expo even was done in a particular area which is like 15 20 minutes drive from the downtown. It's not exactly on the downtown. And now the government of Dubai is basically developing that entire area. But these are like short-term things. These are not long-term strategies where you can actually retain.
What about the celebrities, Indian celebrities, film stars? Have you purchased any units over
To be honest, we gifted them. Like no, so
there?
these
Where
celebrities
generally they gifted them, right?
yeah, I mean, like, see, to be honest, everything, even Dubai government also gifted to Salman and Shah Rukh. I mean, like, why will they purchase? Though for example, when we give these people, we always, have a parameters in place. Now, if you talk about Salman Khan, now why he actually shot for Aldar, and believe me, he didn't charge a single amount. Though I've been interacting with him for the last 2 years to basically become a brand ambassador, but just because Abu Dhabi government needs to take a lot of precautions and they don't want any celebrity to have a negative impact on us, so that's the reason we kept on postponing. Now, if you know all these celebrities, whatever, for example, Salman Khan, I say, whenever he shot any picture which is an action movie, it's always shot in Abu Dhabi, irrespective you say it's Istanbul or XYZ, but it's always shot in Abu Dhabi. Now, these celebrities will be increasing. Now, currently it's with Ranveer Singh and Salman Khan, but we'll be increasing with Abhishek Bachchan, then Amitabh Bachchan. There are loads and loads of other celebrities, the younger generation especially. It's all about promoting Yas Island. Have you all seen this Ranveer Singh video?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. I think what we can do is post this, webinar. Anyone can take an initiative to create a WhatsApp group, so that once we have the WhatsApp group, I'll regularly keep on sharing the project details. And if you have any doubts or any questions, you can just text on WhatsApp, and then I'll be able to reply.
Yes, absolutely. We will do that, Sachin. We will create a group. So whosoever in our network would like to join that group, they can come ahead. And there you can share all the details about the project. And people can directly get in touch with you if they require any help.
Sure.
All right. Yeah. Guys, any questions?
Please share that discount and offers as soon as possible.
That I can share. See, that these are actually closing tools. So we don't even, tell to these are like on the spot closures. I'll get these details by about Monday or Tuesday. But again, I will still, request not to share with your clients, because, if you tell them what we have to offer, they'll again keep on asking. And believe me, Indians are the toughest nationality to close. We have a habit to ask for more and more and more, and we are never satisfied. So if you give them a 2% discount now, at the event they say, what now? What more you can offer? So let's keep these as a closing tools. So when it comes to a fully furnished apartment, because a fully furnished apartment for a 2-bedroom, roughly we spend about 48,000 dirhams, which is close to 10 lakh rupees. Plus a 2% ADM waiver, roughly about again around 2 million dirhams is about 40,000. Again at 10 lakh rupees. So we, you save about like 20 lakh rupees on the spot when you book on 14th and 15th.
All right, that sounds good.
So we have the two projects, Yas Golf and Gardenia Bay.
Yes, it's better to focus on these two, because all other projects are like, in Shamka area, close to the airport, where we have cheaper units also. Because these two projects, are very close to tourist destination, and it's easy to convince a client why they should be investing in Yas Golf Collection and Gardenia.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I think.
So actually, I have already created the group. Please join the group up, because I have shared the link as well. So after joining everyone, we'll share the details in this segment in the group.
Sure. And in this group, I'll share basically the sales kiosk link. So if you have time, click on that link, choose a project, and then click on explore. You can actually see all the details, 360 view, what are the amenities available, what is the view of single unit. I'm like, just keep on exploring.
Yes, I believe any other questions from anyone, or we can wrap up the meeting. Done, I believe. Thank you so much, Sachin, for joining us for the training. And hopefully we'll meet in the upcoming event. You're coming, right?
Sure. Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay.
All right. Take care, Amit.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, Sachin. Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.